Everyone loves to imagine themselves with different sets of powers from Eden Zero. Using Satan gravity, creating swords, turning into a giant jaguar. But which ether gears would actually be good in IRL? Which ether gears would you actually want in real life? That's what this video is about. But in the context of this video is just you with the ether gear powers. Everyone else is just an NPC. I know a lot of you would probably pick Hamura's Soul Blade ether gear, but how useful would that be for day-to-day life? What, you're gonna use this power to make glorified kitchen knives? This list is gonna consist of ether gears that can be used in day-to-day life for a multitude of reasons. And before we get into this video, I need you guys to gravity fist the subscribe button, turn on the bell so you never miss another upload, like, comment, and share. But let's go ahead and get into this. Everyone loves the X-Men. Who doesn't love the X-Men? We all love Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops. Actually, no one likes Cyclops. But do y'all know who Gambit is? Gambit's mutant power is basically Lyra's Gambler's Rush ether gear. This ether gear allows her to manipulate playing cards in a variety of fashions. Now, at first, you might question why this ether gear would be useful in real life, but hear me out, hear me out. You could make some serious bank with this ether gear if you play your cards right, no pun intended. First off, with this ether gear, you can become a world famous magician. You can do those magic tricks where you have someone pick a card and you just shuffle the deck and like you will always have the card. You can just change the card to whatever it is. You will never be beaten. You can set 3 cards on the table and switch them around, and then whatever card that person picks, you just switch the number so they never ever win. And it would get to the point where people start considering you the next Chris Angel, or you can use this ether gear to become a professional poker player. You'll never lose another Uno game again with this ether gear. And this ether gear really allows you to become Gambit when you can use these playing cards as lethal weapons. Say I have this ether gear, you come up to mug me, you point the gun at me, you say, "Run in your pockets," alright? I'll pull out my credit card and proceed to light it on fire. It doesn't matter if you have the gun. I'm the one with the real firearm. You are in no position to make demands with someone who can use card jitsu in real life. Having a car is great, but it's pretty expensive. Car insurance, gas, then you gotta deal with traffic. Also having to walk everywhere can hurt your feet. It's just traveling, just getting places, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. That's where Poseidon Nero's ether gear wormhole comes into play. It's basically just teleportation. You're making portals to places you want to go. No need for a car anymore when you have this ether gear. Being able to make a portal to anywhere in the world will save a lot on gas money. You can make a portal to school, work, to the club to get you some bitches. And what's even better is that this ether gear can be used on objects. You can teleport just about anything with this ether gear. Furniture, groceries, 20,000 antimatter bombs. There is not a single person out there who would pass up on having teleportation as a power. It's just one of the more convenient powers to have in real life. You know, I never thought that the force that keeps us from floating into space will be this useful in real life. The Satan gravity ether gear that's used by Shiki and Ziggy and Xenolith and Poseidon Shura is a very useful ether gear for real life. You can use this ether gear to get everywhere you want to go just by flying, or I guess it's falling with style. You're trying to hang up a picture, no worries, just use this ether gear to hold it down in place. You can even use this ether gear to lift up heavy things, making them weightless. You can become a pro power lifter, or you know, just make a TikTok lifting up heavy things. You know, people complain about Uraraka not using her quirk like Shiki, but have you seen the way this man uses his gravity powers? Your man's made bullets out of gravity. Are you sure that's gravity manipulation? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not picking a fight with a man that can turn gravity into ammunition. Ladies and gentlemen, genders of all ages, I present to you Control Z, but as an ether gear. Rebecca's childbearing hips aren't the only thing I would want in real life. Her cat leaper ether gear is one of the best ether gears in Eden Zero, and it definitely will be a great ether gear to have in real life. Not only does this power enhance your speed, agility, and jumping capabilities, but it can also rewind time. First off, you can use cat leaper to become a famous athlete and make millions of dollars. Move aside Usain Bolt, I'm breaking the world record for the fastest 100-meter race with this ether gear. Do you know how many records you can break with the speed that this ether gear allows you to have? And not only does this ether gear give you super speed, but it also gives you the ability to rewind time. Any mistake you make, you can just rewind time and do it over again. you will no longer have to suffer consequences again. And at the time of recording this, there's really no limit to how far you can rewind time. I mean, Rebecca rewinded an entire arc just to redo it again. You may not be able to jump back years in the past, but you can probably jump back a week in the past, and that's enough time to redo mistakes. There's a reason why Draken Joe wanted to kidnap Rebecca, and it wasn't just because of her childbearing hips. It's because this ether gear is low-key broken. Fullmetal Alchemist has one of the best power systems in all of anime. Alchemy, the power to change one thing into another. Yeah, that's what Draken Joe's ether gear is. Alchemist allows the user to change any material they touch into something else. Not only is this ether gear very useful in battle, but it's also very useful outside of battle. And it all stems down to one big word: money. You can use this power to change anything you touch into gold or diamonds. Say you're eating a candy bar, you get done, you have the trash left. Don't throw it away, just change it into gold. You can have so much money with this ability. Just change anything you touch into gold and then proceed to sell that gold. And with all the money that you make with this ability, you can buy a new house, you can get that new PC you've been eyeing, you can get a new car, you can even buy NFTs. That's a joke, don't buy NFTs. I love Draken Joe as a villain, but my man, you love money. Why didn't you use your ether gear just to make gold? Hey, boss man, you have the power of alchemy on your side. How? Have you never thought of just turning some random fucking rocks into gemstones? You're the big boss, and I know you have some ops, but instead of turning your enemies into cold bodies on the ground, turn them into some cold, hard cash.